Two C's. Welcome. This is your boy Anthony Snell, also known as Young Ham, and I'm the founder of CNC Life and Wealthy Nation, located in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm also from Jonesboro, Georgia, which is in the Atlanta metro area. And I'm just coming today to shed some light on God's presence, man, and how good He has been in my life. How He has seen me through the times when I was in those dark places. Starting off with, tragedies of losing people, loved ones, and being separated from your kids. So I know this is gonna hit home for some people, and hopefully my story, my testimony will shed some light, and you would join this journey that I continue to seek God's face, because He brings me to a place of perfect peace beyond understanding. The three major things that happened to me in my life, I told you, my brother, a guy, 7 years older than me, he taught me everything. My God, so any problems, anything that I had, I just went back and asked him. So trauma and drama, dramatic situation that happened with him, losing his guidance and not being able to come to Him anymore for those things took a toll on me. Hit real hard. And I started drinking at the age of 16. I drank for 17 years and to the age of 33. And that weighed on me a lot, because it went from recreational to my dependency on this drug for self-medication. This is how I cope with life. This is how I felt like I needed it to survive, to do anything. I played college basketball, went to practice drunk, I went to class drunk. I did everything in life intoxicated. And the only thing that we need is Jesus Christ. And that I learned that through reading the Word and Him filling me with His love and renewing my heart and transforming my mind. So that alcohol dependency and being an alcoholic, that was tough. Also, I got married in 2016. In 2019, we got a divorce. We had two sons, our two kings, Channing and Chase. And being separated from your sons, man, that hurts. Not only, being separated from the one that you say you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and that ending, but also your children not being in the same household. And I still have both my parents, so I felt like a failure. I felt like I didn't do what I was supposed to do I didn't look out for my kids. I wasn't there for them, and I still deal with that sometimes. And I have to get down in a place on my knees, and I gotta pray, because God forgives, and God is here for us, and He showed me that it's okay, and it's another way, and I'll show you that way. But you are a good Father, and He gives us that affirmations and those promises. And He tells us you are enough, you are greatness, you are a king, you are a child of God. So those things that brought me back. So that's how I felt like God was seeing me through these times, and what got me out of these situations when it felt like I was in a deep, dark place and I didn't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. My best friend's dad, I was out one day, I don't remember exactly where I was at, but he came up to me and he said, how you doing? And are you okay? And I was like, no, I am not okay. Like, I am, I'm to my last, I'm to the end of the road. I don't think I'm gonna make it. And I was intoxicated at the time, and he said, come as you are. He said, come to church, man. I invite you to church and come as you are. And I said, okay. I took his word for it. So popped my beers, drank my liquor, and I came to church. Came to church intoxicated. And the people in the church, man, they loved on me, and I felt God's presence. They loved on me, and they showed me their love, and I felt welcome. So I decided, I said, yeah, this is a place for me, and I wanted to come back. And he also, two things that he told me. He said, during this journey, he said, RPM. He said, read, pray, and meditate every day. Read 5 minutes a day. So I started to read 5 minutes a day, and that 5 minutes turned to 10, and that 10 turned to 15, 15 turned to 30, 30, and now I read 2 hours a day. So reading and praying and meditating, it helps us, and that shows God's presence, and he shows up in our lives, and we build that relationship with him, and we start to trust in him, and we start to trust in his promises. So thank you, Pastor Jay, for showing up, giving me that advice. And his name is Pastor Gerald Jennings. Thank you so much. And he also told me, he said, the safest place is in the middle of the storm. So I remember being intoxicated and things happening in my life, and being in that deep, dark hole, and wanting to fight people all the time and harm people. So in my household, in my marriage, I couldn't fight her. So I didn't know what to do. So what I would do, I would run. I would run from the situation. I would get in my car and just drive off. And he said, stop doing that. He said, the safest place is in the middle of the storm. And he said, just start praying and start reading. Read your Bible, go in the corner of your house and start praying and reading. And during this journey in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. But I continued, I stayed consistent, and I continued to do it because I said, I don't have any other resort. I don't have nothing else to do. So I just decided to continue to do, and I continued. The more and more I did it, the more I felt his presence. And also, wow, on this journey, I said, God told me, he said, the alcohol is not for you. You're going to have to kick that. And I said, okay. And I tried it, and I tried it on my own will. It didn't work. I relapsed multiple times. But the more and more you come as you are, the more and more you read your word, the more and more you pray, the more and more you meditate, the closer you get to God. And Jesus starts to clean out your heart. Jesus starts to change you. He starts to renew your heart. He starts to transform your mind. And the more I did, the more I didn't want the alcohol. And now I'm free from alcohol. I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes no more. No tobacco, no alcohol. I am free. And that's what Jesus Christ does for us in our life. He frees us from these moments. So I went from not being seen, I felt like God wasn't there, being in this deep, dark hole, to God was there with me this whole entire time. And he's a gentleman. He stands there and waits at the door for us. And he waited at the door for me, and when I opened it, he came in and he entered my heart, and I built a strong relationship with him, and it changed my whole entire life. I am free. That's what he said. A salvation, freedom from sin, freedom from bondage. And I no longer depend on alcohol or depend on anything of this world, because my source is God. God came in and saved me. And I just want to share my story and my testimony, man, so I can help the people out here from the similar things that they go through. So when you're experiencing loss, you're experiencing hurt, you're experiencing pain and all the trauma in your life, turn to Jesus. He will save you every time if you give him the opportunity and you surrender. Come in with your hands up and surrender and give him your life and let him be the sovereign king over your life. Your whole life will change. I thank you, Jesus, for showing up for me and showing out and seeing me. He sees all of us. I love y'all. It's your boy, Young Ham. I'm out. Peace. Love you.